Well, my girl's got the sweetest pussy, nestles in her lap. Be the first to admit and wanna stroke that kitten, fell right into her trap. Now all that fur and a purring.
Hey, welcome to SinCityBounty.com. It's Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about, but we're going to open up with some fun stuff first because that's what we do.
Right. Toxie, take it away. Don't you have a new vibrator?
I do.
I got one.
So, you have a vibrator, a new one? So we, Sierra and I belong to this Amazon group where we get products that we get to rate. And so we get them, we try them, we rate them on Amazon.
Hey,
It's
you
a lot
should
of fun.
contact those guys and see if they'll pay you a small stipend along with the free product if we mention it on the air.
I should. Well, I'm not going to mention the brand mainly
No.
because I forget it. But so I was very excited. What you do is when they put a product up, you express your interest and then they randomly pick throughout that list. And so one day I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? There's like vibrators and all different things coming up, cock rings and a magic wand comes up. So immediately I'm like, yes, I wanted one, and I've never had one or used one before. So I put it down, I was so excited, I got it. So I have the magic wand.
No. She
Whatever
doesn't
brand
have
it
the
is.
magic wand. She
No,
has,
not the.
She has she doesn't have an Hitachi. She has another off-brand.
It's an off-brand. It doesn't matter. It
It's
still
purple.
does the same purpose. So I get it, and I was thinking it was going to be larger, like the, that.
Like the magic
The
wand, like the
Hitachi is
Hitachi.
like a full-on
And-
arm.
So it comes in a box along with something else I had got, and I'm like, that's an awful small box. And I open it, and immediately I was disappointed because it was like smaller than the microphone.
It's like
I could.
almost every date I've ever been on.
Right? I could carry it. It could be in my purse right now, and you guys would not know. So I'm like, well, all right. So I charge it anyway, and oddly enough, it charges via USB cord. So it's not
Okay.
even like a plug-in. So I had to figure out how to work that. And let me just tell you, it's actually kind of amazing. And the first time I didn't know quite what to expect.
It's like a fancy bullet.
It is
Yeah.
but it's like a fancy high-powered bullet that takes a lot less time than one would anticipate to be productive. So
It's like she's like at a rodeo. It's like I just need to hold on for 8 seconds.
I don't even know if I need to hold on that long. Like, I think we've talked about this before. Like, when, in our individual masturbation preferences, I'm the quick and efficient one.
Yep,
I'm
same
like,
here.
I got things to do. Like, let me just make this happen, and that's it. And so this actually sped up that time, if that were possible. So after the first time,
I think
kind
every
of
guy at home is
understood.
going, okay, we got to remember, quick and efficient, quick and efficient.
That's just, well, that's for myself.
her.
That's myself.
I know, but you know how
But-
guys are. They're going to
Right.
take it like, oh, I could be quick and she wouldn't care.
But I will tell you that I did have a moment where I was going through, and there's 10 different fucking speeds on this.
It's like a bicycle. It's like a Schwinn.
It's insane. And it's like, what do I need all these speeds for? I just want the speed that's for getting off. Like that. It really just needs one speed for me.
The other ones are especially if they're like the pulse ones, because I have a bullet that does.
Yes.
It has like 9 different variables, and it's got the.
Yes, that's what it does.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
tease me with that shit. Don't start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. I don't have time for that.
My favorite
Nobody
one
got
is the
time.
one that
Nobody's got
that
time.
escalates slowly, goes. Zzz, zzz. But the high point is not long enough, so it just pisses me off every time.
Right.
So I have to
It's
cycle
just-
through that motherfucker really fast.
So I'm actually there, and I am trying to cycle through because you have to hit the same button. I'm
Right.
trying to figure it out, and I'm like, how do I get it back to 1? Like, the recipes just don't work. Number 2 and 3, like, that's serious shit. Like, that's pro shit. That will take me a while to work up to those levels. But I'm, like, trying to cycle through, like, gosh, dang it. You know, trying to get back to 1, which is, like, the one with training wheels. So...
Just like light hum.
No, even at 1, it's still very powerful. But it's much smaller than I anticipated. Like, we were discussing it with somebody else who is also in the review group, and she wanted to purchase it for a back massager. And I'm like, you will be disappointed. I guess it could work for that, but you expect, I mean,
You
it's
need to
gonna
be really
take too
flexible.
long.
Is it
Yeah.
still built like a Hitachi where you
Yeah.
have to hold on to it in that area?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
uh-huh,
kind of why I
yes.
prefer the bullets, because it's hands-free, baby.
You just tuck
Well,
it
it
in there.
is.
Play with my nipples, do all kinds of other stuff instead.
Well, this is great. It's totally waterproof. You can take it wherever you want. You can take it swimming, take it to the pool, whatever.
Damn, sounds like it's
Take it
gonna
to
get a
Sierra's house.
5-star review over there.
Oh, it'll get a 5-star review, all right.
In the same Amazon review group, I bought cock rings, and we used them. We got 3 sizes because apparently most guys don't know the size of their dick.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it's for. I got them as well. I got
Okay.
one of those. Do you remember that day that everything you posted you were interested in?
Right?
I thought I'd be funny and go post right below you.
So you got
So
the cock
then I
rings
got
too?
it too. They're to go in different places.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
Now, were they
Really.
gel? Metal?
Yeah, they're gel. They're like a jelly
Silicone.
rubber band bracelet.
I
thingy.
loved cock rings.
Yeah, it's both mine and Callie guys' first try with a cock ring, and it was, I mean, neither one of us was like, I don't think it made much of a difference, but I think he used one that was a little too big around the base of his beautiful cock. So we're gonna go down a size and see what that does.
Yeah, Mike and I I love them. I had to always talk Mike into using them.
Why?
So. He didn't really want something around the base of his penis.
Yeah. Thankfully, Callie guy and I are kind of adventurous. We'll do crazy shit.
I loved them. I thought they did a great job.
Like,
Good
hey, look
job.
at this thing. It's supposed to go inside me. Good, let's put it there. Woo!
Well, I highly recommend this. So if you have the opportunity on Amazon,
Yeah, contact them
purchase
about,
any version.
you know,
And it's-
you are a pretty popular radio show host of a popular radio show.
We will review the fuck out of your sex toys. Literally.
And talk about it on our podcast.
Do you like that?
yes,
I've been waiting all week to say that.
we will review the fuck out of your sex toy.
No, but that's going to be our new side business. Sin City Bounty Reviews. We'll review the fuck out of your sex toys.
That's
Copyright,
awesome.
trademark infringe, blah, blah, blah. That's mine.
Please don't steal it. Really fast, Kelly guy said the opening seconds of your video was classic. Alexia on her phone, Sierra on her computer, Toxie busy posing for her selfie.
That's one thing I have not done yet is do the selfie for us.
Yeah.
Well, I posted one like right away.
Right.
Just because I was, posting on there that we were on, and I figured I'd share a photo. I want to try and do some live Facebook if I could figure it out on my Toxie. I do not want to do it on my own.
Try the Sin City Bounty page too. We might be able to go from
I don't know
there.
if it'll go live off of a page.
I don't know.
I'll find out.
Well, there are a lot. No,
Um,
it will because there are a lot of places that do
Do they
it.
do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to figure this shit out, yo.
Wendy of Neverland said cock rings equals hashtag straight girl issues.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Straight girl issues. Because you can buy a dick as long and as hard as you want it. I can too, technically.
Text Dave. I haven't seen you in here before, Text Dave. So hello. Said you ladies seem like a lot of fun. And we are.
Yes, we are.
Boobs.
They're behind the computer though.
No,
No, not for that video.
I purposely
I missed. Okay.
Now,
So the
the
front-
Ustream, of course.
No,
yes.
they still get a little bit of
Cleavage? Oh, she's giving them cleavage. There we go.
There you go.
So for those
thanks
of you
for
who don't
tuning in.
know, we stream live via Ustream. You can find it at www.sincitybounty.com. And then it'll be this video, this front video here, this fancy video with this beautiful background that we have going on here, courtesy of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting, will be available usually by Friday, and I'll post that up on our YouTube, and so you can watch all the archives. But if you go to our website, you can see some of our past shows, and the galleries are up. Did you ladies go check out the galleries?
There's one of me in the tub at
Yes,
Jacob's
there
house.
is.
That's right. Bathtub
You actually
selfies.
have like a whole slew
I
of
do,
bathtub
I
selfies, reading various books and all kinds of things.
Well,
so.
We invaded his bathroom
We
and
did.
literally just kind of took it over for bathtub selfies.
And he used to do this series of bathtub selfies. On
I
his
love that
page.
series, yeah.
And we were in his house broadcasting, so I went through his house and grabbed everything that I recognized from his previous selfies, took him up to the bathroom where Sierra and Callie Guy helped me. And, you know, then they were like positioning bubbles in just the right places, and it was great. I believe you may have smacked my ass at one point.
Probably.
And
I mean, I did that when she walked in, so
so we recreated some.
That's
and,
awesome.
So the books are ones he actually did selfies with. The cowboy,
cowboy
hat that was
hat.
in his bedroom.
Now he's done selfies with other things besides water in the tub with him.
Yes,
Yes.
his are amazing. Cereal.
Yeah.
He had a grill one time.
So you can go to Jacob Palmer, find Jacob Palmer, owner of Plush BBW Nightclub on Facebook, and you can take a look at his past photo albums.
What's the
and
website?
PlushTheNightclub.com. But I don't think the selfies are up there.
No, the selfies aren't up there, but
And
it's
the
still an
Facebook
amazing
link
thing.
takes you to the Plush page, as opposed to Jacob Palmer's personal site.
But you'll find it.
Yeah, you'll find it.
You're all
Jacob's
very-
amazing. We'll have him on here soon when he's got his big announcement to make for the reopening of Plush BBW Nightclub. So
7.0.
I got a message today from somebody who thought I was just amazingly beautiful. Thank you.
Who's this?
Just some random dude. Speaking of random dudes, I think he was planning on sending me a dick pic, but I told him my fiance just died, so he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, honey." And that kind of like stopped him in his tracks.
And it stopped
I
the dick
love,
pic.
I love that I can say, "Oh, my fiance just passed away." Not that it was 2.5 years ago, but I can so stop people in their tracks.
If, however, she tells you that her fiance just passed away, still send her a dick pic, we are putting that on the internet.
That's right. Peckerpage.com. Peckerpage.blogspot.com. I found it. I can update it.
I did see it.
Yes.
Pecker
I scrolled
page.
through there.
There's
It
something
was-
like 20-something, maybe even 30-something peckers up there.
It was
We can
quite
put my pecker
enjoyable.
up there.
Yes, we can.
I love my pecker.
Yes, we can.
My pecker's great.
And I'm not going to put a link of that from our website, so I'll post it every now and then on our Facebook page, because I don't want any of that actual
Dicks.
stuff affiliated with our website. So anyway, so I let this guy down really easy. He was super nice, gorgeous body, muscles.
Why did you let him down?
I'm just not ready.
They say the best way to get over a guy is to get under a new one.
That's what they say.
I have to tell you, the strangest thing was when I was going through the beginning of the divorce process was when my father called me and he said, a little bit of advice, and that was the advice. And after that,
The best way to get
"Dad,
over.
Your dad and I are
let's-
soulmates.
No. No, and I said, let's not discuss this ever again. This is not a conversation
That is
we're
kind of
having.
weird getting advice like that
It
from your
is.
dad.
And then he went back and he's like, don't you remember blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no.
Did I ever tell you what my mom said to me after Michael died? I'm sitting around with his very best friend who is down from Washington, Oregon, and his best friend for quite a few years, who was my ex-boyfriend. We all gamed together, and with my ex-boyfriend's son. And we're sitting there, and we're just swapping stories about Mike. My mom calls in the middle of the conversation, wants to know who I'm hanging out with. And I say, Evil Dave. And she goes, Evil Dave? You ex-boyfriend, Evil Dave? I said, yeah. She goes, you having sex? I said, Mom, it's been like 3 days.
Too soon.
It was hilarious. And then she told me that I probably killed him because of some superstitious Asian stuff. So it was hilarious. My mom is hilarious.
I want your mom to adopt me. I want my very own Oma stories. All for me.
My mom still thinks you live in China. Even though I've told her repeatedly that you did not move to China, you're just able to work in China every now and then.
We should blow your mom's mind and have Johnny Fever, right? Did I get
Yes.
that right? Put our background for a little while as like some Chinese thing, like
Singapore or something like
yeah,
that?
like Hong Kong or Macau or something.
Ooh, Hong Kong, yeah. I can do that. Or he can do that, or I can do it.
Sure, whatever.
Vagabond Gardens in Hong Kong.
Sure, that'll
I
work.
got plenty of pictures of that.
All right, awesome.
And then-
So he'll throw that up there.
Yeah, and then you can take a screenshot of it and send it to your mom.
Yeah.
Be like,
I
like,
went
hey,
to
I went and visited Sue. Sierra.
I went and visited Sierra in China.
When you go?
My nephew graduated this week, and we were going to go out to dinner. My nephew got to pick the place, and
Hooters.
no, he actually picked a buffet that I thought belonged to a really good mentor of mine, her favorite place to go. And my mom knew her, and I said to my mom, I said, "Oh, we're going to the place that my friend really liked," and my mom liked her quite a bit. And she says, "You should invite her." And I said, "Mom, she died."
Did.
She goes, "I know. I don't mean that. You bring her spirit. We make sure she have a good time." My mom is hilarious.
Your mom is the best.
It doesn't translate very well when I tell the story. I have to build the story. It's like it just happened. So
Yeah.
Fernie said that would be funny to do that to your mom.
yeah, so gonna do that to her.
That works.
So don't we have something else to cover in this first little segment before we go on to?
Let's do the curse word of the week. Do you have that
Yes.
queued up, Johnny Fevers?
Curse word of the week.
Do you have a curse word of the week?
I do.
We do this week.
I do this week. I did last week too. I'm using last week's this week.
We should do something special for that.
Okay.
If only we could find this son of a bitch.
And for
Okay,
the
so
life of me, I
apparently-
can't get the go live.
Apparently the day shift has, hang on, let me see if it's here. I found it.
Always blame it on the day shift.
The day shift.
It's the day shift's problem.
Yep.
Day shift always blames it on
I know
night
who the day
shift.
shift is too.
Yep.
Uh huh.
I know the day shift as well. I've seen your creepy posts.
Shall we do the curse word of the day?
Week. Yes.
It's time for the curse word of the week, brought to you by Sierra from SimCityBounty.com.
Doucheberry. Your curse word of the week this week is doucheberry. When you are not a big enough douche to be a full douchebag, and you're not dumb enough to be a dingleberry, you're a doucheberry. Kind of a dumb douche. Hey, I got a joke for you. What is the difference between the Star Trek Enterprise, the Starship Enterprise, and toilet paper? You want to know what the difference is? Nothing. They both circle Uranus searching for Klingons.
That's like a great school joke.
I love that joke.
Did your son tell you that joke?
No, that's my joke. I've had that joke for years.
Thought you were gonna say something bad about the Star Trek franchise.
We have
No, I love the Star Trek Enterprise.
Freaky Freakerina is in chat.
Freaky
It's been
Freakerina!
a while.
We haven't seen her in quite a while. Well, I
Yeah,
haven't
in a
seen her
while.
in 3 years, 4 years.
She's bouncing around the country right now.
No,
Getting
she's
her.
not.
Yes, she is.
She's breaking her foot like 20 million times, isn't she?
Yeah, but always in a different place. Never breaks your foot in the same
Well,
place.
we love ya.
Let's ask how our foot is doing.
Freaky.
So I know we do. I know that you guys come here for entertainment and enjoyment, but we do cover current events, and there was a big current event this week. Unless we're going to talk about something else first. Are we going to talk about something else first?
I don't have anything else to talk about.
Freaky's in Illinois.
See?
Yeah.
Bitches. Hey, bitches.
I don't have anything else to talk about. It's been, I mean, Toxie here had some more to talk about with hashtag Brock Turner is a rapist.
Yeah.
That fucking Dickberry.
Is he a berry or is he full on douchebag?
No, he's a full-on rapist. He's just a rapist. He's nothing else. There is no other word to describe Brock Turner other than R-A-P-I-S-T, rapist.
He, I know we didn't get to touch too much on it last week, and so I'm certain at this point everybody's tired of hearing about it. But just to go back, he raped a woman who was drunk and unconscious, and he got a sentence of 6 months, a ridiculously lenient sentence, and he only has to serve 3 of the 6. He was being portrayed in the media using, this really great yearbook photo versus the mugshot, which typically is, what is used. And instead of just calling him a rapist, he's being referred to in the media as the Stanford swimmer. And at this point, he is a convicted rapist. So if he wasn't...
forced sex on a woman who could not consent. That makes him a rapist. That doesn't make him anything else.
Yeah, and I didn't even know this. Freaky just said he texted pics of her bare breasts to his friends.
I
That
had
have
heard
not
that,
even-
but I did not substantiate that on my own, so I didn't know if I should
I
mention
haven't
that.
either.
It makes me so stabby.
Well, it got worse because here, at this point, he committed the crime. It's disgusting. He committed the crime. It's done. But now I feel like his parents are the fucking douchiest doucheberries of all. And I have a child, so I recognize as a parent, you want to protect your children. This was probably done at the advice of some attorney, but this father wrote this letter stating, a quote from within it was, for 20 minutes
of action.
Using that exact quote in there and talking about, what a great kid he is and what this is doing to him. And his mother's letter came out now as well. That's even worse. It talks about him being a Cub Scout and, he sold all of his own popcorn they refused to sell for him. They taught him to, if you want something, you do it on your own. Obviously, they forgot to, mention that doesn't include rape.
Right?
But she went through what this is doing to their family, how she can't hang photos in her house, and blah, blah, blah. And I feel at this point now, they are
Worse than him.
They're worse because, or maybe, I guess it's awful to say they're worse than him. Like, he fucking raped someone. So
Right.
he's the worst of the worst of the worst. But as a parent...
They're minimizing the victim's
Right.
victimization here.
Right.
Like, they're minimizing the fact that their son raped a woman.
And at this point, if the situation, were one that I was in, I would hope that I would be the parent who could say, you committed the crime, you're going to do your time, and you know what? I don't want you doing 3 months. You need to do this full amount, and you need to learn from this experience.
See, the thing, if it had been my son, the police would have had to take him into protective custody because I'd have beat his fucking ass. I'd have beat him till he was dead.
But can you
I would've beat
imagine?
him.
Can you
Beat him,
imagine
beat him.
sitting there writing a letter
No.
about, I can't put photos in my home. I can't hang photos because I associate photos with joy, and now there is no joy.
That's
What
right,
the
there is no joy
fuck?
because your kid's a rapist.
He is, Freaky said he is that way because his parents don't make him accountable for his actions. That's absolutely
Ding,
true.
ding, ding.
It's the same with affluenza.
The affluenza teen
Kid, yeah.
who straight up murdered 4 people and is still walking around free.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, and then she took him to Mexico to try and evade the law when they were going to, when photos had surfaced of him drinking and it was part of his probation. People, I don't know.
I am not that kind of mother. I am absolutely the mother going, police, he's right here. This the little bitch that did it. This one right here. Take him to jail. Put his ass in the slammer. Put somebody else's slammer in his ass. Teach him a fucking lesson.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but at some point you want to be like, they were saying, one of it was like, he can't, he's too recognized now. He can't be safe in there.
Oh, poor fucking
He probably
baby.
should have thought of that before.
He
Slap
should've.
him in the general population.
Oh,
He should've.
Gen Pop's exactly where he fucking deserves to be.
And now I do recognize, here's the thing, had he in the beginning had he not been given this lenient sentence, had it not continued to escalate into all of this injustice, he probably would have just gone in, served his sentence like every other rapist in there, and it wouldn't have been, it's still a big deal, but it wouldn't have been as, I guess, or he wouldn't be as notorious as he is now.
I totally hope he gets shanked. In
Why?
his first
Why
month.
do you? I'm sorry. Go back to the beginning of what you were
Okay.
saying about this. Do you think that this is all over the news because of the letters that his parents wrote?
No, well, that's not what started it. That's what continued it. The only reason you're seeing him in the news again now is because his mother's letter just came out. What started the outrage is that he had been given such a lenient
The
sentence
6 months with
for the
3
crime.
months served, right?
Had he gone in and said, I committed the crime, had the judge given him the proper sentence that was, recommended when he was sentenced, had it not continued to escalate from there, had the father not, pled
Right.
for him to not get such a severe punishment for 20 minutes of action.
So I'm actually kind of glad that
So they escalated
it was publicized because now everybody knows he's been dropped from whatever swim team he belonged to.
He'll never
He'll
get out of
never-
another college.
He'll never
ban.
be a professional swimmer.
He can't. The U.S. Swimming Association
Banned him for
has-
life.
He's completely banned.
Right. Everybody's going to know his name. Everybody's going to know his picture. He's going to have to change the way that he looks, dye his hair, do whatever.
Get a nose job.
And for those 3 months that he is in prison, he is going to get some slam in.
If
His
they put
butt.
him, no, if they put him in general population, I think he's separate right now, and if that's the case, he is under protection.
He shouldn't be.
I have someone who is in a separate section in a jail and prison, and it was
He needs
not,
to
it's
be-
not myself, but
Look,
I'm just saying they were kept
he's-
separate, so they never
If
had
he's
to.
only going to
actually
get
interact.
6 months, and he only has to serve 3 of those 6 months, he should be in general population.
He should be, but we have to deal with what is actually is, right? So,
Oh, and then Freaky even said, and pot growers get multi-year sentences.
I'm sorry, say that again?
And pot growers get multi-year sentences.
Yeah, there's a 75-year-old man serving life in prison for 3 pot plants that he was growing in his backyard.
There is so much injustice across the board. If Brock Turner was a young black man,
He'd have got life or the death sentence or
Yeah.
something.
if he were older, he would have been branded as probably a
Pervert.
pervert, pedophile, whatever. There's just so many injustices that happen with this. I'm glad it's out there that people can see it. And now there's going to be watchdogs for stuff like this all over the place. Not that there weren't before. There were watchdogs who brought this to the forefront to our attention anyway. It's shameful that rape is not treated more seriously than it is. The victims get victimized again.
Well, there's
after a rape.
I don't want to misquote any stats right now, but I definitely recommend. I had looked them up. I just didn't write them down. The percentage of rapists who actually get convicted and then actually serve is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's really
there's
small.
no deterrent from maybe not raping again.
I think public whippings would go a long way to maybe deterring raping.
I don't think so.
No? You don't think getting your ass stripped down bare in front of God and everybody and 20 lashes?
No, I think that just degrades the moral fabric of society.
Deep pube.
They're mostly depubed these days anyway.
Force a Brazilian.
Not the her.
Yeah, no, most of them are shaving too. Yeah, don't.
Not me.
No. For all of you who did not want to know, Johnny Fever is full pube.
Full pube.
Full pube.
Is that a hashtag?
Hashtag full pube. F-U
Original color.
white?
No. Look at his beard or mustache.
What is it?
So it's like a reddish blonde.
See, you're a, what do they call those? You're a carrot?
Ginger.
That's
Ginger.
it. Can't trust a ginger.
Ginger pube.
Ginger pube. That's another hashtag.
And there's another hashtag.
Hashtag ginger pube. Fire crotch. just remembered that was
Glad
the
I
name.
get to edit all of this.
Don't forget we have our own copy. So we're just gonna roll from one rapist into another terrorist.
Is really quick, is everybody's video unfrozen?
Hello.
I guess we should
Is
move
yours?
to see.
Ew to full pube, Freaky said. TechSafe said Affluenza Kid is locked up now. Freaky, oh sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
Freaky said there is a larger problem that rape is very common on university campuses. That's very true.
And that's been for quite a while now.
long time.
And they still haven't. Well, there are people that are addressing it, but it just doesn't seem to be doing enough.
There isn't. Rape is one of those few crimes where there's just no fucking excuse for it. You don't just like pass out and wake up with your dick inside someone unless you're the one being raped as a dude, which is totally plausible and happens a lot too. But I mean, rape is not rape. The rapist makes a conscious decision to rape someone. It's not like I accidentally murdered the guy, like I tripped and stabbed him in the face. Like that can happen. That's an accidental murder.
You don't really trip and your dick falls.
Yeah, you don't really trip and accidentally rape somebody. Like, oh damn, I tripped right over that chair. Look, I'm raping you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Like,
One of the things I'm wondering is I remember reading a bunch of stuff about how rape isn't about the sex. It's about the anger or about the control or
Power.
about the power.
Violence. Rape is a crime of violence, not sex.
right.
Right. But this kid, I haven't seen any profiles on him or anything of why he did this. Do we even know why he did this to this girl?
Because she was there. Because she was passed out, and he felt like putting his dick in her.
So it was rape for sex.
I believe
Was
I believe that might be the case in this circumstance.
was like,
I
"Look,
think they
there's a
had
pussy that won't fight
interacted
back."
at the party. It continued
Looked
on.
at her.
No, they had interacted.
Yeah,
with
did she
in
refuse
there.
him and then he got angry and saw her passed out and said, "Oh, I'm fucking this bitch now."
There's this great video running around on the internet about how the English explain consent
The tea.
using tea.
It's on my page.
It's
If you
been
look.
we've posted it on our page a couple of times. I'm certain
Yeah.
of it. That is absolutely the best description of how consent works. And one of them is, if you asked me if I wanted tea and I said yes, and you made me tea, and then you bring me the tea, and then I'm like, now I don't want tea, you don't have to force feed me the fucking tea. So, if they were flirting at the party, and like he was sure it was going to go down, but then he ran into her later and she was passed out cold, stoned, passed the fuck out, drank too many, got roofied, smoked pot, whatever, passed the fuck out, not conscious. You pick her arm up, it falls flat back down again. Vagina, not wet. You know what that means? Don't put your dick in it. Don't
Yeah.
put your dick in
Don't
it.
do it.
Yeah, the video's great too. It's like where they're like, at no point should you force feed the tea, and then they show the cartoon like the unconscious girl, and the cartoon's like,
Pouring tea all over their face.
yeah,
You know what?
she does not want the tea.
Does not want the tea.
But has he said anything to the effect?
No, I
No.
hope he
I don't
doesn't
think
ever.
so.
You know why?
I have a feeling
Oh,
knowing about what I know now about his family and what he's done, I bet you he does come up with some stupid lame ass shit like that.
Wendy of
We were in
Neverland
love.
said others at the party have said he was being creepy and hitting on every girl there.
Oh,
So.
well, that's just about every dickberry I've ever met. Doucheberry. Sorry. Curse word of the week this week is doucheberry. Dickberry is when you get that berry, it's a little further up, it's in the pubes instead of your butt hairs.
Speaking of
Dick
pubes,
Berry.
that's what I wanted to comment on. I love a man with full pubes.
I do too.
I love running my fingers through his pubes.
I don't think I have a preference either way.
Didn't you just give head and swallow?
Oh my god!
You know, I charge for that.
Swallowing or
Swallowing
pubes?
or pubes?
Yeah, running your fingers through my pubes.
Oh, okay.
I especially like it when it runs up, that trail, the trail up to the belly button.
Ooh, that's called Love Trail.
Yeah, I love that.
Happy Trail.
A happy trail.
How was it?
Here's the problem. I I had too much wine last night.
And she doesn't drink wine.
And in a group chat for
Yes.
the show,
I didn't
I
mention it.
happened to mention something that happened the night before.
She needed a high five because she was so proud of herself.
That she swallowed because she never swallows.
So, Text Dave wants to know the lady's name in the middle. So this is...
I'm Sierra. That's Alexia. And that's Toxie. Toxie. Who swallows now?
You know what? I'll
Gulp,
make sure.
gulp.
I'm going to send you new things to make sure our names are actually above our heads. I think they are.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
so.
we've
It
had
will be
ones
for
where they
the
are.
for the recorded video, but this dude's watching us live,
True.
so
True that. True that.
we should have little signs. Just,
You should wear a name tag.
No.
We cover our
This
boobs.
is Boobs McGee.
No. Once he's done with this show and he comes back, he'll know us right away.
Right, that's true.
It only takes 10 minutes of watching us to know exactly who we are.
Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck. Fuck the rapist.
Text Dave
That's
says
what
you
needs to
rock,
happen.
and he wishes he could buy you a beer.
You could totally buy me a beer. I'm in Vegas 24/7, except for a couple of days in September this year.
Don't you have an Amazon wish list?
I do have an Amazon wish list.
So do I.
I haven't updated it in a
Toxie,
while.
we haven't.
I do not.
Oh yeah.
I do
You should
somewhere.
throw some beer on that puppy now.
Sure. I don't drink a lot of beer. A whiskey.
Yes, she is a
Do
big
drink a
Jack
lot of
girl.
whiskey. Jack.
So
is
are
that
we gonna
noise?
finish?
Air
what's the
conditioner?
air? Are we gonna finish your wine tasting last night?
Oh, no. I think you got it. That was great, though. I think that's
Wine
good. I think
tasting.
that's enough.
I don't think it is.
Again, fucking wine.
You don't drink wine.
I don't, but I had a bottle that, ironically, my mother gave me for Easter.
Your mom facilitated a blowjob.
And I had
Swallowing.
that was before.
Before the
That was
wine,
the night
oh.
before. I told you guys because of the wine.
I thought it was pretty awesome. Like
has risen.
random out of the blue. On my phone, I got a message.
I think the first message was about like our photo galleries or something. And
Yeah.
then it was
Then the very next one was, I gave head and swallowed. I'm like, whoa, good girl. Finally. It's not that bad. You just get it all the way to the back and just swallow it straight down. You're not even tasting
I
it.
didn't even want to say. I'm like, yay.
there's reasons that it's not something I normally do, but they're not things I'd prefer to talk about. so.
You know what? I have swallowed. I'm not a big fan of it because I'm worried that they're carrying something, and I'm a very careful girl, and I use condoms and everything. So if you swallow, it kind of defeats the purpose.
More like a
When you've
Kelly
been in
guy.
the same relationship for 5.5 years, it's okay to swallow.
Yes. That point,
Again and
yes.
again and again and again.
Kelly guy said more like a white Russian tasting. And then Bailey's anyone. So.
Little cream in your
Hell, if
coffee.
that shit came out like Bailey's, I would be drinking it all the time.
Where's the Bailey's cock?
Do you guys know who Ron White is?
Yes.
Okay, he does a gig about his wife came up with the most brilliant idea for birth control ever, and he said
Make
instead
cum
of
taste like chocolate.
that's it. He said
be-
just if they would come up with a pill that would make cum taste like chocolate, the birth rate would go down.
But
like,
what kind of
significantly.
chocolate? I mean,
Does
are we
it matter?
talking like? Yes, it does. Do you want to eat Whittier's chocolate or?
Well,
what's
mine's
that
got to be
shitty
sugar-free
chocolate?
anyway, so.
What are those shitty chocolates?
Oh.
Oh, Whitman's.
I like Whitman's.
Whitman's aren't
Really?
shitty.
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay,
Well,
so how about this?
Comparatively, maybe.
It's See's Candy Dark Chocolate.
Ooh. So, would white chocolate come from white guys? And dark chocolate come from the darker the guy? Oh, I am so dating a really, really black man.
She's like, cacao.
90%, buddy.
And if he's like your family, where he's like black and Hispanic at the same time, does that make it that spicy
Chili.
cacao drink?
Aztec chocolate.
Aztec chocolate. Hashtag.
Out your cock.
Yeah, I love my chocolate.
C's
dark.
nuts and chews. protein
Seize
shot.
nuts and juice.
You guys are enjoying this, aren't you?
It'd be a whole slogan, a whole campaign just called Seize Nuts. Oh,
You
fuck
want
yeah.
some of C's nuts?
Dear Ethel M. Chocolate Factory, have we got a proposal for you?
And they don't even have to be phallic shaped.
No, I mean, we're talking about just a pill that makes cocks taste like chocolate and cum taste like chocolate. Or Bailey's. I'd be down with
Now,
the
I
Baileys.
do understand. I think this is common knowledge now amongst us ladies that pineapple juice or pineapples
And celery.
and celery makes you taste much better.
We used to talk about, we had names for vaginas. Did you have a name for yours?
No.
Yes, it's pad thai.
Oh, yours was
Oh,
pad
that's
thai.
right. That's right.
I'm mango because it's sweet and juicy and gets all over your face.
And I'm margarita because I'm always emitting alcohol.
And when you put us together, you get a mango margarita.
With a side of pad thai.
The side of it.
Okay.
Main dish, dessert course.
Two guys meet at a reunion. One brags that he made $1 million inventing a powder that makes censored taste like oranges.
Dicks.
Nut.
Nick.
Come, maybe.
Maybe.
The other guy says that's nothing. I made $100 million making a powder that makes oranges taste like censored.
Dick.
Dick or vagina.
Or cum.
Sarah is great with the noises.
God.
My favorite is the one where you do your cheek.
Yeah. do
Oh.
one.
I can't do while I'm smiling and laughing.
Here, relax your face.
You ever just, you're like in the middle of a really good orgasm and you're just squeezing everything so hard you do it a little. Just, no?
No. I was waiting for the. I can't do it.
Okay, ready? Masturbation.
Oh, it's supposed to be. Kelly guy said kitty, so it's supposed to be pussy.
Oh.
It
Make
makes
pussy
oranges
taste
taste
like
like pussy.
meow.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So.
I love it when we laugh on this show. That's so hard that we just stop talking.
It works.
That's a miracle.
Pussy.
Well, we've got
15?
15,
Yeah, 15.
10 minutes, 11 minutes. So let's talk about the big story. But let's try not to spend too much time on it. Let's go on a higher note if
All right.
we can.
So, for those of you who don't know, some guy, an American, not
From
a
Indiana,
foreigner.
right? Indiana?
I don't know
No,
where the
he's
hell
from
he's
New
from.
York. He was born
Okay.
in New York. His parents are from Afghanistan.
Doesn't matter where
but
his parents
doesn't-
are from.
They're here. He's an American.
He's an American,
citizen.
born and raised in America, American citizen. Labeled a moderate Muslim. I know a couple of moderate Muslims myself. They would never go and shoot some fuckers. Decided one day to get it in his head that he was going to kill a bunch of gay people at a gay bar, Pulse nightclub in Orlando. Now, we'll expand on this and say he had frequented this club in the past. Like, he was a well-known, I wouldn't say well-known, but a
He was a
common-faced
known
patron.
That
And
was confirmed?
Yes.
yeah, and confirmed that he had profiles on
On gay
gay
dating
dating
sites.
sites.
Like Jacked and
Grinder, I think.
Grindr.
Yeah.
The other Tinder.
And so, so he's not like unfamiliar with the gay community, nor was he unfamiliar with this particular gay community. He was a part of this gay community. But one day, something inside of him just went crazy, I guess, and he took a high-powered rifle into the club and killed 49 people and seriously wounded 53.
And to take a step back, it actually wasn't a snap decision. He had been targeting both that location and Walt Disney Worlds. They had both been on his radar. His second wife, who is not confirmed thus far as a wife other than in some documents, had been with him when he scoped out these two locations. So Disney was the other area that he was considering as well.
This is an act of terrorism, plain and simple. It's any way you want to. Doesn't really matter what kind of terrorism you want to call it. Domestic, certainly not foreign terrorism because he's not a foreigner. You
Although
could call it.
ISIS did jump on the bandwagon and tried to take credit for it.
But he also made a 911 call during the shooting, and where he proclaimed, the exact wording I don't recall, but
Doesn't matter.
Then ISIS tied it in as well.
Right.
It's an act of terrorism. Foreign, domestic, religious, Islamic, whatever you want to call it. Homophobic. Although, well, I guess if you hate your homo half, then you hate your homo half. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Just, so you all know, he was a licensed security guard, licensed to carry armed. So he went through all the background checks. He went through all of the, procedures that everyone wants people to go through to buy guns so that the bad people don't get guns. He was on an FBI watch list. And he was still able to purchase guns because obviously someone's doing the background checks really well.
Well, a background check is only good for somebody who has actually committed a crime. And I believe at the point he was on the watch list, I don't think those two systems talk to each other, if I'm not mistaken. They're not something that's interrelated.
They're supposed to, and they should. If you were on...
Since 9/11, I think they were supposed to.
Yeah, the whole point of Homeland Security was to take the FBI stuff and the CIA stuff and the NSA stuff and all the other black ops listed operational bullshit stuffs.
And even above board stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
and even the above board stuff, your local police and your state police and all those people, and put it all into one single area so that the shit like 9/11 doesn't happen again. Because the reason 9/11 happened is because, well, we have this information, but we're not sharing it with these guys because we don't like them because they're buttheads. And that's how come shit like that happens. And how come shit like this happens? Because the FBI doesn't go to the local authorities and say, you really should not issue this guy any sort of permit to carry open or concealed.
But there's, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's been proposals to make that happen to where you can prevent somebody from purchasing a weapon if that's the case and they have been shot down.
Even the NRA is okay with, if you are on the terrorist watch list, you not getting a gun. Even the NRA is okay with that.
But he's no law. But he's, yeah, you can be on the no-fly list and still purchase a weapon.
You shouldn't be allowed to. You shouldn't be allowed to. I, as a religious Second Amendment defender, believe that if you are on a terrorist watch list or the no-fly list or any other kind of I might kill people list, you shouldn't be able to get a gun. Period. End of story.
Just a few things really quick. Cali Guy, if you yell Allahu Akbar as you start slaughtering innocent people and pause in the middle to call 911 to pledge allegiance to ISIS, you are not a moderate Muslim.
That's true.
Tex Dave said 49 Americans were killed by a scumbag, and his background check was 2 years old because of pre-qualifications. He slipped through the cracks. His job was actually contracting with the government, I believe, where he was contracted through for his security work.
I don't see why we only background check these people once. It's how child molesters end up molesting more children on school buses, is because we check their background once and we don't keep up on it. Like, if you're going to be in a position...
He just went and bought this weapon just a little while ago, yeah.
Then why the fuck did he get it? Who let him have it? How did his background check come back clear enough for him to get it? It shouldn't have come back clear enough for him to get it.
As horrible as this event was, I spent all day reading about this and listening to news stories about it and podcasts about it, and I cried a lot today. It was bad. But one of the things that I this is horrible to say, but one of the things that I love about this story is that there were so many people who were heroes of this. Mothers pushing sons out of the way, people who one story, and it's all over the news. He's all over the news about the one guy who, I think it was a bartender who had got shot. They ran out of ambulances, so they put him in the back of a police cruiser, and he laid on top of him to staunch the bleeding until they got to the hospital. And then, of course, even after that, with the mile-long line of blood donors
In multiple cities across the country. Like,
all night unafraid vigils for the victims, and there's just such an outpouring
of goodness. It's the American people doing what the American people do best, and that's in the face of tragedy, getting together and proving to the rest of the world that it doesn't matter how much you throw at us, we will stand up stronger, prouder, harder than before. Because that's what Americans do.
And then we'll fight. Both sides will fight, placing blame, not taking action.
Well, there's never
But
going
at
to be an
least
end to
the
that.
part, no, there's not. But at least the part where people coming forward and helping and, doing what they can. Companies coming forward.
Amazon donating all those snacks and juices and shit to the people giving blood, like
Disney World gave them $1 million, and then they're matching what the employees are donating from Disney.
JetBlue flew all of the people.
That's right, families.
JetBlue. Mm-hmm.
For free.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, who actually has been, very well known. They have. They opened up they're closed on Sundays because it's a very religious company, and so they opened up on Sundays to donate food to those
Right.
giving blood to help everybody. So
good shit happens out of the bad shit. There's a song on I'm very musically minded. There's a song on Disturbed's new album called The Light. It says sometimes darkness can lead you to the light, and that is kind of exactly what's going on here. In the face of this terrible, awful, disgusting tragedy, we're coming together as people, as humans. Black, white, pink, brown, in between, coconuts, Oreos, whatever you want to call yourselves, whatever religious faith you are, whatever sexual orientation, whatever your gender identity, whatever your fluidity is, they're all getting together to prove to the world that we are more than just one radical terrorist terrorizing a group of people. We are a nation of people who love one another, care about one another, and will fight for each other no matter what. Even if she is a liberal lefty. Boom.
We're Sin City Bounty. You can find us at sincitybounty.com. Look for this video. Well, you guys are watching it now, so look for future videos on our website. You can subscribe so you can get it direct to your mailbox so you never miss one. We also have audio podcasts that are out there. And follow us all on our Facebook pages. There's Toxie O'Shea on Facebook, Sierra
Sin City
Bounty on Facebook, and I'm Alexia
Sin City
Bounty on Facebook, and then of course our main page, which is Sin City Bounty.
Google us, bitches.
That's right. One of the great things that I love is when you type in Sin City Bounty, there's us in the top 5 or 6. Then you'll get the Sin City Bounty Hunters, which I think they're defunct now, but they might not be. And then we're the rest of the page.
We are like the cockroaches of Sin
we're
City Bounty.
sitting on them.
We have been
That's
here
what it
before.
is.
We have lasted since after. We shall always be here in perpetuity. We're like Menudo, bitches. Ever changing, but always the same.
So for Text Dave, is that his name? On the
Yes.
Text Dave. I'm Alexia.
I'm Sierra.
I'm Toxie.
Wishing you all a good night.
We'll see you next week.
If you're brave enough.
Later, bitches.